that happen? Okay, let's start. Camera just turned on. I did a video yesterday about a Thai celebrity, a lady called, her nickname is Tangmo, which means watermelon, and she died 2 weeks ago. Anyway, the video I posted had some issues, so this is my second take of it. The reason I'm posting it is because it's made headline news here in Thailand since it happened. It's every day and a lot of people are concerned. It's quite an interesting story, sad, but also quite interesting. So basically you've got this actress, Tangmo, and she hasn't been so much in the limelight the last few years, but in any case, she's an actress, she's 37, she had been raised by her father since the age of 3, and her father passed away last year with cancer, so that's very sad. And apparently she's a nice lady, she's not one of those party, drugs, and then, you know, having like a bad reputation or anything. She's meant to be a nice lady. Her manager arranged for like an outing with 4 other elite gentlemen. The outing was on the 24th of February, which is a Thursday, and one of the 4 men had a boat, and they took the boat on the Chao Phraya River. They went up north, they had some food over there in Ayutthaya or somewhere, just north of Bangkok, and came back into Bangkok, and she fell off. Now, we know more what transpired vis-a-vis on the actual first couple of days where things were being released that didn't make any sense. So what we know now is that she fell in and they sped off. They all made phone calls to influential people. They then called the emergency services and came back. They then fled off again. The following day, Friday the 25th, they went to the police station each to give a testimony. And at the time they said that she went to the back of the boat to pee. And I remember it's Friday night, I'm at home with my wife, and I said to her, what back of the boat to pee? Show me. So she showed me the article, and there's a photo of the boat. It's just a small boat. What back of the boat to pee? I said to my wife, where did she go to pee? My wife says the back of the boat. I said, but you're looking at the back of the boat. Anyway, there's nowhere to pee. Okay, so it was a nonsense story. At that point, her body hadn't been recovered yet. It was the following day, on Saturday the 26th, 38 hours after she initially fell off, that they found her body. The autopsy later revealed that she did have like sand and water in her lungs, which means that she went overboard. She was probably alive. She was alive at the time of going overboard. They also found a large lesion to one of her legs. I don't know which, and I don't know the details about it. And at first, it was speculation that it's the propeller, and then speculation that no, maybe it was a glass from maybe a bottle of wine that someone broke and stabbed her. So it's really weird. On the 25th, on the Friday the 25th, when they all went to make their false statements, they didn't have a urine test or a blood test to see if they were intoxicated and with what. So the mother then comes out and shouts foul play, and it sounds like foul play, and it sounds like the police are taking it serious but not taking it serious, taking them on their word, and it was really slow for the information to come out. And the information that did come out, like she went to the back of the boat to pee, was so ridiculous that you can't move apart from anyone. It's such a small boat with 6 people. It's got the 4 guys, her manager, and her. So it was such a ridiculous story that why it was ever released to the press is shocking. I mean, really, really shocking. And the fact that these 5 people weren't tested, their urine sample, because they're elites, and that's the whole interest of this story. It isn't just that Tangmo was a nice and liked celebrity, but it's that there was at minimum serious negligence, which apparently now the police are charging them with. So they're being charged with false testimony, negligence, the owner of the boat driving the boat without proper licenses or whatever, but not manslaughter or anything like that. Which, okay, that might be fair enough. That might be the case, that it was a genuine accident. But how the law in Thailand is sometimes perceived is that it's a lot more lenient towards elite members of society, right? And a good example of famous, the epitome of an example would be the heir of the Red Bull, the grandson. He'd been partying, drunk and cocaine, driving his Ferrari back at 5 in the morning and ran over a policeman, and they found that it was him because they found the trail of blood, because unfortunately he dragged the policeman's body quite some way. And he's evaded justice. He fled to Singapore and some other places, and the police lost some evidence and mishandled some evidence, and the public prosecutor forgot to file the case and then forgot to follow up on the case, and a whole, hoo-ha. Now, they paid the policeman's family, okay, and it's an accident, okay. But if I would be made to pay the price of such an accident, so should he. So this has taken, it's become like headline news, and people want to know seriously what happened to her. Was it foul play or was it negligence? And what are the police and the legal system, what's it going to do about it? Are they going to get a slap on the wrist? Are they going to get a fine? They're millionaires, so a fine's of no issue. And in fact, so the mother initially came out saying that it's foul play. The owner of the boat, along with one of the other gentlemen, offered her 30 million baht, which is equivalent more or less to $1 million. And then she said, fair enough, I'm not going to get into that, the morals of that. Who am I to judge for something like that? But so she doesn't think it's foul play anymore. The police seem to have ruled out foul play. However, one thing that does happen in Thailand is that you'll get some high society males who want an escort who is like a model or a celebrity. And it happens. There are models who will sell themselves as an escort. I don't know exactly, there might be some who'll just have it for companionship, others who might be for the full romance of the night. So there was a theory that maybe the manager set Tangmo up in such a scenario without Tangmo knowing that she was more or less an escort, and that there were things expected of her to service the men. So there was like a theory that maybe they got upset with her and they're all drunk and on drugs, and somehow she was pushed off or hit and fell off, or maybe hit hard, let's say the lesion to the leg, and then dumped overboard in full panic. So we don't know. But what's emerged today is that perhaps there was ecstasy, that was one of the drugs that they were taking. Apparently one of the 5, we don't know who, whether it's one of the 4 males or the manager female, we don't know. So it's a very interesting case. It's got all of Thailand kind of hooked on to every detail of it. It's all I hear on the news and the radio, talk radio, things like that. And my wife, she's very upset about it, to be honest with you. Just because she says she feels that it's foul play. She feels that Tangmo was roped into something that she wasn't fully made aware of, and that perhaps one of the men got aggressive And obviously they've been treated in a way that the average citizen would not be treated. Okay, we would automatically be put through a blood and urine test to see what substances were maybe in our system. And we wouldn't have some false statement like, oh, she went to the back of the boat to pee, we hit a wave and she fell off. I think it kind of seems like the police, under maybe advice, we said, okay, let's give that one a go, let's try that story out, and it didn't sit well for obvious reasons. Yeah, these people are being charged. I don't know how serious the charge is and if they'll see any prison or not. To name some names quickly, I think I'm going to type it up in the description, but the manager is a lady called, and this is the nickname, Kratik. The boat owner is a Mr., it's all nicknames, a Mr. Paw. Then you've got a Mr. Sand, a Mr. Robert, who's Thai, and a Mr. Job. CEOs and directors of companies. In fact, the media were kind of vague on two of these men, not giving out their details. They give out their name, but that's it. If you wanted to know anything about them, you had to go and search for yourself. That in itself is quite interesting as to why they would refrain from giving that information. But okay, that's the situation. I'll do another video to update some more. If you're interested to know about it, you can see the names. I'm going to put it down in the descriptions, and then you can search articles. There are plenty of articles in English about it, because in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, this is an interesting story. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed a non-COVID, non-tyrannical post. I don't know. Anyway, bye-bye.